Hey guys, and welcome to River Raven Collects. Today we're going to be looking at 3 figures. These are all from Good Smile Company and they're all like from the Pop-Up Parade series. So essentially Pop-Up Parades are, I guess if you're not familiar with them, sort of like the Japanese figure market of pop vinyls. Pop vinyls always grab hold of like the latest series and pump out a bunch of figures, and Pop-Up Parades for me are kind of like that. That's what I think of when I think of pop-up parades. Now these are way better quality than what a pop vinyl is going to be like. However, they do, when there's a popular series, they do immediately pump out some figures. So they're never usually that unique, but sometimes they are really good and sometimes they are a bit of a miss. So all of these are from the Cyberpunk Edgerunners series. If you haven't watched that, I highly recommend it. One of my most favorite animes. It'll ruin one song for you in particular. You'll never be able to listen to it again. But besides that, great series. But I am calling it an anime, and I'm not 100% sure if it is classed as an anime because it's American made. But anyway, we're not going to get into that argument today. We're here to look at figures. So I've got the 3 main characters. We've got Rebecca, Lucy, and David here. So these are the only ones that I know of that have been made. Obviously, there's probably other companies that are putting out other figures of them. I haven't seen them yet, so as far as I'm aware, these are the only Cyberpunk Edgerunner figures that you can get. Like I was saying about pop-up parades, sometimes they can be a bit hit or miss, and looking at these just through the box, I'm kind of already noticing some not so good things about them. But without further ado, let's get them out of their box and check them out. Alright guys, so let's check out their boxes for a quick minute here. So I think we'll check out David first, obviously him being the main character of the show. So I'm not going to comment on the figure as a whole, but he does have a pistol here, which I don't see pop-up parades doing that often, including extra pieces. So usually they're just like one whole figure, so that is quite interesting. Sorry about the glare on these guys as well, but they're just kind of, that packaging that's got a whole heap of glare. So Pop-Up Parade on the front, and David there, Cyberpunk Edgerunners, Good Smile Company. So we've got all the details we could ask for on there. Also got the cutout so we can see their face. So I think these packages are different. I haven't bought a lot of Pop-Up Parades, so if somebody wants to let me know down in the comments. The only one that I have bought came in a huge package, so yeah, I'm not sure if this is normal or not, but could be well and truly normal, I just don't know. Down here, this is something to comment about. Pop-Up Parades always used to do these hexagon bases and everybody hated them. I'll show you a bit later one of my other figures that's got it. So now they're just doing the plain round base, which is, a million times better. So that's going to be fun to check out. And on the back, we've just got Cyberpunk Edgerunners as well as a bit of the city. So that's a nice backdrop. I really like how simple but effective these background pieces look. Just I'm not sure what the whole color scheme's about, but it looks really cool. And then on the side, we don't really have too much. Now keep in mind, these are just not cheap, but really massively produced. So they are cheaper than most figures, but that also comes into play, the packaging being sort of cheaper as well. So essentially that is it. Really not too much to write home about, but a nice package nonetheless. I think if you were going to keep this in its box, I'd be pretty happy with that packaging. I think maybe I'd remove all the plastic on the inside, but yeah, the plastic's there to not scuff him up. So yeah, overall I think pretty nice box, but let's check out the other 2 while we're here. So we'll check out Lucy next. Now she's actually got a slightly slimmer box, so if you are going to keep them in their boxes, that might be something you might want to consider. So you can see that she's slightly slimmer and smaller than David and Rebecca. Rebecca's actually around the same size, so yeah, they kind of, I don't know if this is showing up on the camera too well, but yeah, you can see that Lucy's one is a lot slimmer than the other 2, so something to be aware of. We've got the same backdrop. Obviously the figure is Lucy, so we've got the little cutout there. She's got a purple base down there, I think, but we will see when we unbox her. So yeah, essentially the same packaging. We've got like this nice simple color scheme that, yeah, obviously different colors on the background, but essentially the same as David's one. So let's jump over to Rebecca real quick, and of course it is going to be relatively the same. If the camera wants to focus, I'll show you guys. Thank you, camera. So yeah, she's got the same size box as David, so it's pretty big. And then we've just got like the different color scheme in the back. So yeah, again, nothing too interesting, but I thought I'd show you guys that. So anyway, let's get them out of their box. All right, first up we're going to start with David. Oh, have a look, we got something on the bottom. So that is actually pretty cool. Let's actually take this out and have a look. So this is actually cool. I guess if you want to take this out of the box, you could have like a little display stand for the figure. We'll actually try that a bit later on. So that's actually quite nice. I like that idea. That looks cool though. I've got a bit of damage on the cardboard, but I mean, it's not that bad. But yeah, that's actually really cool. I like this as a backdrop, so we'll try that later on. But anyway, back to David. So there he is in his blister pack. We've actually got some of these figures, certainly the more expensive ones that I've bought, usually have a hole here so you can stick your finger in there. Not that it's meant for finger sticking, but you can do that and it just gives you a better look at the face. That's the front, we've kind of already seen that, and the back. So that is really cool. We've got the Edge Runners logo on the back. That is really cool. Now in the show it does stick out like it's a hologram on the back. So for a pop-up parade, I didn't expect that they would do that, and they haven't done that. He doesn't have it like lit up that much in the show, and I think for pop-up parade it would just be too far. Like they wouldn't bother doing something like that considering the price and the quality of these figures. It's just not something they would do, but would have been cool. But yeah, anyway, so let's get him out of his packaging here. I think I've done it, and they're so loud. Why do they have to be that loud? Alright, let's have a look at the base first. So, yeah, like I said, we'll check out the old bases a bit later on, but this is the, like, new ones, I guess. So, nothing on the base whatsoever, besides the Made in China and CG Project SA. So, yeah, I guess that's everything. I thought maybe they would print Edge Runners on there or something, but they haven't. It's just got like a little see-through base, which, considering the old hexagon ones, that is much better. So let's grab David out. Oh man, okay. He looks really, really cool. He looks really good. I love his jacket, all the creases and stuff in there, and in the show it's like very baggy, and they've really captured that. We'll grab his gun in a second and put it in his hand. Yeah, he doesn't look as good from the back, but it's still pretty good. Oh, he's got his oh, he's got the Sandevistan. That's interesting. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see that. So he's actually got the Sandevistan implant in the back there, which is cool. I didn't think they would do that because like I've been saying, Pop-Up Parade never really goes above and beyond, so that is surprising. They haven't done the greatest job in painting that. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle. That is really hard to do. So it doesn't look the greatest. We can already see like on the neck here, they have like USB slots on their necks, and that's not painted the greatest either. I think, yeah, considering Pop-Up Parade, I think just looking at it like this, they could have done a better job. I think it's alright though. So he just slides in like that. Really simple, really easy. Let's grab his pistol out. That's really cool. It doesn't even have like the gun hole. What do you call that? Where your finger goes. Yeah, so, I mean, looking at it from the front, whoops. Looking at it from the front here, that looks really cool, but obviously he's gonna be holding it like this. So, I mean, yeah, it's all right. It's not anything over the moon. All right, so, okay, that's a bit weird. So, it goes in really easy, which is really good, but his finger doesn't have a hole to go in, so it kind of sits above it, which technically, like, police officers and people who are trained with guns are supposed to have their finger there before they go to shoot it. So I do not think they took that into consideration. I think that they just haven't made the trigger hole, so his finger can't go in there. But I mean, considering that, maybe you're a bit happier with it sitting there. I'm, you know, fine with it because he's going to be displayed like this. You know, so we're not really going to see it. But yeah, I think he looks all right, but I'll give my thoughts a bit later in greater detail. So let's jump over to Lucy next. So before we jump over to Lucy, I did want to try this out to see what this looks like. So this may be a way you want to display him. I'm not 100% sure, so let me just adjust the camera to get it a bit lower here. So yeah, I mean, that actually looks really cool. That might be a way you want to display him. Yeah, I actually reckon that looks really, really cool. I don't know if that was the intent with these, but I really like that. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Maybe I'll end up displaying them like this, you know? Some of my older figures from McFarlane, like, I display with them sitting in their box like that. So, yeah, I actually reckon that looks really cool. Obviously, you can't see his feet, so you could get something to prop him up, but I think that looks really, really cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Alright, over to Lucy. Let's get her out of her box. And, you know, these are essentially the same boxes. I may pull them out and try posing. Oh, this one's coming out all together. Awesome. Makes that easy for me. So, they are actually the same. I was wondering if they would change up, like, the buildings in the back, but they are the same, besides this, like, colour thing here. So, yeah, I mean, considering that I've just learnt that, you know, maybe... Oh, that's actually taller. Oh, no, it's not. It's because the box is shorter. So, considering I've just learnt about you could display these in here, it would have been cool to get sort of the cities line up, have different parts of the city, and then sit them all together and have it line up. They haven't done that. Again, I'll reiterate that Pop-Up Parade never goes, like, above and beyond. So, yeah, that is not surprising, but that would have been a really cool touch. Oh, so something you might want to see is there is a little peg for her, and I am really not sure what that is about. If that is for a foot or something. Oh, actually, I know what that is. That is not for a foot. That's not a peg. That is a cigarette for her. So, I don't know, maybe you want to display her without that, depending on your preference, but my goodness. Have a look at that. That is going to be something to lose for this figure. I reckon I'm going to glue that in her hand wherever it's supposed to sit. Well, we'll see actually how well that is going to hold in there. My goodness, I can't believe they did that. Oh man. Oh, let's get it out of its packaging here. Is it sealed in there? No, it's not. Alright. We've got it here. My goodness. I'm gonna say it now, guys. Don't be surprised if you see this figure displayed without this, because I've lost it. Because my goodness, that is a tiny piece that I am almost certain I'm gonna lose. So if it's gone by the end of the video, don't be surprised. So here she is, out of her packaging. She kind of wears like this latex leotard thing, so it's really cool that that's got a shine to it. That's a really nice touch. They haven't done, so she's supposed to have like, I believe this is supposed to be metal up here, and that is just like almost skin color. They've barely changed that, so that's a bit annoying. Face though, face and eyes, like super glad they got these accurate. Like compared to David, like, you know, she's got really unique eyes in the show and makeup and stuff, so that is really good. I'll just adjust the thing again. So that is really good that they have got that, and you know, I think her face does really look like Lucy from the show, so that is good. I'm pretty happy with the way that that's turned out. I don't like the hair. The hair really needed to be graded, and yeah, I'll compare it to a picture of her from the show. Alright, so gonna get her on her base. So you do need to pull the legs out to the sides to get it in, but I mean, that's pretty good. It's gonna hold it in there. Now let's see if we can get this cigarette in there. We've got the tiniest of holes to try and get this through. Now on the plus side, that means we're probably not gonna lose it. However, my goodness, I don't even know if that is coming up on the camera. Alright, I don't know. Oh, our fingers do separate. Ugh, that's no good actually. Would have been better if we just had a hole so that it would possibly not get lost. Alright, I don't know if she's supposed to hold it against her thumb or something. I think that's probably as good as we're gonna get it. I don't usually say this, however, with this one, I would highly recommend gluing that in there, because you do not want to lose that. But yeah, the caveat is if you glue that in there and then you want to resell it and put it back in its box, that is probably going to break off, so be very careful. Yeah, I'm really surprised that they have done this and they didn't do a better job of placing it in there. Like I said, don't be surprised if that is lost by the end of this, but overall, a lot more happier than what I am with David. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and let's move on to the last one, Rebecca. Alright, so we got Rebecca here. I've already cut her out of her box. So, and again, we got the same background, just the different colors there. So I'll put them, when we do the showcase of the figures, I'm going to place them all in their boxes. We can have a look at them all together, see what they look like. But for now, let's just get Rebecca out of her packaging. Alright. Here she is. So she's standing in a weird pose as well. Interesting. So obviously she's got like a big oversized jacket, which is really cool. Got her tattoo there, and the one around her neck as well. She's got one on her stomach, but obviously that is covered up. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. She looks, yeah, really good. They've really captured her eyes and face, and this is kind of a pose that she does in the show at one point, so really cool to have her like this. Let's have a look at the back. Back's got even more detail, more than the front, I reckon. So it's even got like shades and colors in here, obviously all crinkled up. We've got like I think this is like a metal plating around the jacket's top. So really cool. We've got a bit of a gradient with the hair, that looks really good. We've got the two pistols, not like detailed enough. Paint job looks like they've done too much paint on both of them. So it doesn't look great, but yeah, overall, pretty happy with that one. Shoes look really good as well. So they do actually have like all the same coloured bases, which I'm a bit surprised about. I don't know if Pop-Up Parade is just doing these now, like, I know everybody complained about the hexagon ones, so I don't know if they're just doing black bases from now on. Usually they would do like some different colours and kind of mix it up, so don't know about that, but if you know, let me know in the comments below. But that is Rebecca, so that is all 3 of the main characters from the Edge Runners. So yeah, let's jump over to the showcase and then I'll be back with my final thoughts. Guys, that has been our look at the Good Smile Company Pop-Up Parade Cyberpunk Edge Runners figures. So that has been a mouthful through this whole video, you've probably noticed. But anyway, what do I think about these figures? But before I get to what I think, please leave me a like on this video and leave me a comment with what your thoughts are down below, please. I'd love to hear from all of you what you think of these figures. But my thoughts. So yeah, I mean, you know, if I was to give them a grade, my grade would be they're fine. Like, you know, I don't think it would be a B+, I think it would be a solid C. Like, these figures are fine. It is Pop-Up Parade, and they just don't go above and beyond, you know, other than pumping out a figure reasonably quick. You know, considering what Pop-Up Parades are, I don't really expect too much from them, and that's what I've been saying this whole video. So if you are going into it expecting these figures to be like next level, to be really good, we're never going to get that from Pop-Up Parade. In saying that though, I want to show you this one that I have behind me. Now, she is a bit dusty, but besides the dust, you can see that the quality is just really different on this one. So this is the only other Pop-Up Parade that I've bought. So if we have a look at the back as well, she's got the old hexagon base, which I'll talk about later. But just have a look at that. Like, the details on this one are really, really good. And this is why I picked her up, because she is a really cool figure. So just for reference, this is Shiro from No Game No Life. I bought her, you know, quite a while ago, so maybe the quality of pop-up parades has changed since then. I don't really know, but she is a really incredible figure, and I'm really glad to have her in the collection. In saying that, you know, this is the same company, right? This is the same company that have produced these figures, and I just don't see that quality. Like I said, I think these are fine, but the biggest downsides that I see are David's face. It just doesn't look right. It looks like they've given him like a baby face, and it really sticks out. Like, I'm sure you guys who have watched the anime have really noticed that like his face doesn't look right. I'll put it up, you know, side by side, what they're supposed to look like. Obviously, they can't capture all those angles being a 3D model opposed to a 2D anime, right? But I think they could have done a lot better with his face. I think with his figure and his jacket and his pants and everything else looks really good besides his face. But I would take, you know, the other parts of him not looking as good if we had a really solid face. And then we've got Lucy, who does have a really solid face, but her hair's not that great. Again, I think they should have graded it. Like, obviously the Shiro figure that I showed has the graded hair, but she is a lot different, a lot bigger compared to what they're working with Lucy. However, Lucy's body sculpt, her pose and everything is really, really good. The leotard having a gloss to it is really cool because obviously it is I think it's a latex like suit. They didn't carry over that gloss to the boots, which they should have because it's the same fabric. So I don't know what they were doing there, but yeah. And then we'll go on to Rebecca. Rebecca's probably the one that I reckon looks the best out of the three of them. You may be surprised about that, but her being like having less details and stuff has really worked out like really well for her, and I think they've done a really good job. They really captured her face, what she looks like. The hair's got a bit of a gradient to it. The pistols are the only thing that I think they overpainted. There's like too much paint on them. But I mean, besides that, sculpt, pose, everything is really cool. It looks exactly like it does in the show. So Rebecca looks amazing. So if you are, well, amazing's a bit much. Not amazing, but she looks really good. Alright, well, those have been my thoughts on the Pop-Up Parade Cyberpunk Edgerunner figures. So do let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. I feel like I've been a bit of a harsh critic, but I also don't want to, you know, lie to you. Hopefully you guys can respect my honest opinion. I wouldn't want to say, you know, these are the most fantastic figures ever, that you should go out and buy them if you're a fan of Cyberpunk Edgerunners, because I think that they do have some flaws, and hopefully if you haven't got them yet and you're thinking about getting them, I hope that this can influence your purchase. And just consider, like, because I know here they're about $70, $70 to $80, which I actually bought them online from Japan, and it worked out cheaper getting them shipped over here than paying like, yeah, $80 for them. So yeah, I just want everyone to take that into consideration, because really for $80 Australian, so I'll put up the conversion rate for everyone, well, for the Americans at least, but yeah, considering that, do you think these guys are worth that much? I don't think so. So I picked them up for $40 Australian. It was a bit extra to get them shipped. So, I mean, considering $40, I think, yeah, that's a good price for these. That's how much I was obviously willing to pay for them. And I think considering the level of detail and their flaws and things that work and things that don't work, that's a good price. I wouldn't want to pay double that for these figures. Yeah, obviously all of these things are something to consider when purchasing these, but I think I've rambled on enough about these figures. You guys, let me know what you think of them down in the comments below. Is this something you're going to be picking up, or are you a little bit disappointed or hesitant on picking up these ones? Let me know. Leave me a like if you've enjoyed this video, and if you're new here, please subscribe. We're very close to getting 700 subscribers, and I'd like to thank each and every one of you that is subscribing and is following my content, watching all my videos. Like, I really appreciate it. Like, I can't put into words how much I appreciate all of you guys watching and commenting and stuff. I really appreciate that you appreciate my videos and my thoughts. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. I'll see you on the next one.